Hello and good morning again, back to kind of the second part of my comparing masks. In this little bit I'm going to compare masks that are chemical peeling exfoliating masks rather than physical scrubby exfoliating masks. The ones that I spoke about in my last video, I had bought some stuff at Boots and it's their glycolic peel kit and the Ordinary's AHA BHA peeling solution. So this I'm going to speak about first because obviously I feel this is something that I can't put half on and half on. So what I thought was better was I would do this one first because I know how it works, I know that I am a fan of it, and then later on in the week I will do the glycolic kit from Boots and let you know what I think. There is a relatively big price difference between these. The one from Boots is £25 and this is only £6.50 from the Ordinary site. I believe it's £6.50 on the likes of Beauty, Cult Beauty, all these other places look fantastic that you can get the Ordinary off of now. So this is only £6.50. You can buy this in store at House of Fraser as well, you don't have to buy it offline. Online. I always get confused when I say that. You don't have to buy it online, but that means you wouldn't get a shipping fee or anything like that. If you thought that's the only thing I want to try, then you can go in store and buy it as well. I have been using this for the better part of about 8 months, I want to say. You get a 12 months use by date on it, and I've kind of shook the bottle up now, which was a bit stupid. So as you can see, I've still got quite a good amount in there. It's a 30ml bottle, and I don't religiously use this every single week. I'll just use it every other week, maybe once a month even. You can use it every week, but I've just not felt the need to. So what I'll do is, once I've used the Ordinary peel solution, I then wash my face with a normal cleanser, use a little brush, use a muslin cloth, just to physically exfoliate anything off of my face. And I do feel that it works wonders. I really do think it's a fantastic product, given that it's £6.50. I don't know what that is in dollars, I'm sorry. Bit useless that way. Now this makes for great Instagram photos. Look, it's like blood. It could practically be Halloween makeup. It's great. So obviously these come in little pipettes that most of the Ordinary items come in. So one thing I do have to say, if you have any areas of broken skin, any areas of sensitive skin, this is going to sting, it's going to nip, it's going to be sore. I'm not going to lie. So I have a spot here. This is the guy that was creeping up the other day when I was doing my initial hydrating mask reviews. Look at this, it's like bloody Halloween makeup. Now this is actually now settled. It looks red, it looks really nasty, but it's settled. But because of that, the skin is broken, and I know this is going to nip when I put it on. I know it will. But just a word of warning to anybody that hasn't used this before, and if you do have really sensitive skin, the kind of sensitive skin that you have a rash or like left with dry open bits, it will sting. It will sting, I'm just letting you know. Oh, stingy. Oh, please don't drip. Oh, so that's, oh, that's really burning. I'm a bit old school, like, remember when your mum used to tell you if you put Dettol on something, if it was stinging, that was good, that was it doing its job. So I feel like, yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's me got it on. Just a few words of warning about this, and I just want to talk about acids, exfoliants, and really what the Ordinary suggests doing with this as well, because I will do my own thing with my masks. It's like everybody, they may leave their hair dye on longer than it suggests. With this mask, as I say, it is AHA and BHA acids, alpha hydroxy, beta hydroxy acids. If you don't know what that means, then I would give a read up on them, but essentially alpha hydroxy is something that is supposed to de-slough the surface of the skin, the top layers of the skin, and beta hydroxy, I believe, is to unclog the pores. So that's how they work in conjunction with each other and separately. We hear a lot of things about AHA and BHA, and I think it's a bit like hyaluronic acid as well. Everybody throws it into something to say it's in a product, but do we really know what they're doing? So it's always important, if you're doing skincare or masks, that you read up on it and you know what you're doing. The Ordinary do say this shouldn't be used on people with overly sensitive skin and not to be used on areas of broken skin. As I said, I'm a bit old-fashioned and I'm a little bit like, well, if it's penetrating through those layers, like, that's exactly what I want it to do. But I'm just saying this as a kind of disclaimer, kind of word of warning. It does say on the site that you shouldn't be using it on broken skin. I'm doing it, it's my face, I can do what I like. The other thing is it suggests that you wear this for 10 minutes at most. I have to say I do kind of stick to that rule because I think I'm not gonna, I don't feel it needs to sit any longer. With a hydrating mask, I leave them ages. I leave them on forever because I feel a little bit like it can't really be doing anything bad, it can only be doing good to my skin, putting lots of hydration into it. But with things like this, I tend to try and keep it to what they suggest. The other thing I wanted to add about this is that they say not to do it first thing in the morning. Clearly it's first thing in the morning and I am putting this on my face before I get in the shower. But the reason they suggest not to put this on in the morning, to use it in the evening, is because, again, a bit like a retinol, a retinoid, AHA, BHA, does make the skin more sensitive to sunlight, and it does make it more sensitive to then be burnt. With that being said, unfortunately it looks like Scotland's summer is over and it is very overcast today, and I would wear SPF 30 to 50 on my face regardless if I was using a face mask like this anyway. I'm going to go away now and let this sit for 10 minutes, jump in my shower and come back and let you see what it's like once I've already kind of washed my face and all that kind of stuff as well. Straight up sexy drowned rat. Sorry, a lot of the time I just wash my fringe and leave this tied up at the back and deal with it. So this is me now rinsed off the mask from my face. I think, as you see, my body's still there. You can see how blotchy my skin is. What I will say is I find that if you do have any marking on your skin, any areas that maybe are a pimple or a spot or anything like that, it's going to look quite angry once you've done this mask. I don't know if that's because of the pepperberry. I think that's what they use to make it, Tasmanian pepperberry, and it is very red in colour, that it kind of makes them red, or if it is genuinely just the reaction to the abrasive acid, and maybe that's why the Ordinary say don't use it on sensitive areas. But this isn't unbeknownst for me to have like blotchy, very red, once I've washed my face and once I've used this. This is quite normal. Once I go and tone, moisturise, blah, 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 it'll come back to normal. I'm not overly concerned about it. The feeling though, now you'll notice when I put the mask on, I did not put it here. The hydrating ones, again, they go right up under my eyes, but here I don't. I keep it really quite low. But see here, just on the side of your nose and things, it's so smooth, to the point that now my skin feel quite tight. Again, people probably won't like that, but for me, I think it just feels like, whew, you're doing something to your skin. You're getting your money's worth. Once I put moisturiser on and all my other skincare aspects, it'll be fine. So that's the result from the Ordinary AHA BHA peeling solution, and as I say, you only use that kind of once a week. So the next time you'll see me, I will be using the Boots one, and it will be a new day, possibly even next week, because I don't want to do another really abrasive mask on my face in the same week. So I will see you then. Hello, so here we are. I am actually a week after the last time that I done the Ordinary peel mask, and we're going to try the Boots Glycolic Peel Kit today. So again, for just the purposes of some disclosure, kind of AHA, BHA, glycolic peeling things, people say you should more do them at night because you shouldn't go out without some sun protection on your face afterwards. But tonight I'm actually night shift. So I'm doing this and it's 2:45 in the afternoon at the moment, and I will go back to sleep for a few hours before I go to work tonight. So I won't see any daylight. So this is kind of mid-afternoon lighting at the moment. I hope that's okay. This comes with 8 vials of 4ml glycolic youthful peel solution. It also comes with a youthful post-peel neutralizer step and a youthful calming recovery balm. So you're getting what, 32 ml of the actual product, 35 ml of the neutralizer, and a 30 ml of the balm, which I presume is probably just a moisturiser. But I'm going to open this up and have a read of it because I've not actually tried this out before. This cost me £25, I think I mentioned that when I bought it. So the instructions say that the peel solution is supposed to exfoliate the skin surface and lift away dull, tired skin cells. The neutralizer will actually stop the peel solution working anymore. It says halting action of the peel solution, and balm is to soothe skin after treatment. It says that it can get slightly warm and tingly on your face. That's completely normal, don't worry. If your skin is sensitive or quite dry, it says that you should reduce the treatment time or use it less often. Again, as I said earlier, as a forewarning, it does say you should use this at night before you go to bed and put your night creams on. It says to avoid your nostrils, your sensitive skin area and your lips. So it says to use the whole vial of this onto cotton wool and smooth it all over my face. 10 minutes only, do not exceed that amount. And then put some of this on a cotton wool pad and put that all over to stop the action of this working. Time to heat up. I'm gonna have to pin my fringe as well. So I've brought over 2 cotton wool pads because I think there's 4 mils in this. It looks like that's not really gonna, I mean, I would think I'll need more than 1 cotton wool pad for this. It's a little squeezy pipette. It's more like a gel. So I think I've got about half on the first cotton wool pad. Trying to avoid the eye area. So I used 2 cotton wool pads there to kind of do either side of my face, but there's still quite a bit left in that. I'm just going to put it straight on my hands and slather it on my face. I'm not one for waste. The cotton pad kind of felt like it was soaking up a lot of it. Okay, so that's me got the whole little vial on my face. I do not feel anything at this point. As I was saying before, with the ordinary one, you do feel some kind of tingling, stinging almost instantly. I don't feel anything at this point, so we'll see. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes and we'll wait and see what happens. I will come back to you. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. I hate to be negative. I say I hate to be negative, but I'm negative about loads of things that I just think are trying to get you to buy money and they're not worth it. But this hasn't done anything. Like, it's sitting on top of my face and it's done nothing. I've had no tingling, I've had no like feeling of exfoliate. Even when you use a exfoliating cleanser, you feel a bit of a nip. Nothing, absolutely nothing. If anything, what it feels like is when you use those masks that are supposed to be peel-off masks, it feels like that. It's in that kind of tight way, but it's not, it's still the damp way where you couldn't be able to peel it off yet. Does that make sense? But I don't feel anything. I don't feel like it's done anything, which is so annoying. I'm like, oh. I'm going to use the neutraliser now. That has been the 10 minutes that it told me. I don't want to push it just in case tomorrow I wake up with a tomato face. So I'm going to pop the neutralising step on now. Cotton wool that I had to use 3 cotton wool pads to try and get that off my face. Still doesn't feel clean. I don't trust that that's all off my face. It still feels kind of sticky. So I'm just going to wash my face instead, I think, because it just feels like there's probably still bits, maybe bits of it in my eyebrows. Certainly I feel sticky. Okay, so I've now washed my face. My face just feels like it's been washed like it normally would. I don't feel, oh, I hate to be like this. I don't feel like it feels particularly smoother. I'm going to finish off with the Calming Recovery Balm because that's what it says to do. Maybe that will take some of the stickiness away. Okay, now that I've put that on, my skin does feel a little less tight, which is nicer. The Calming Recovery Balm is nothing fancy. It's a bog standard moisturiser. Now I've tried a lot of No7 moisturisers and it doesn't feel as nice. Like It could be anything. It could be Asda own brand Skin System, bog standard, smart price skincare range. It's nothing fancy. It's just some kind of moisturiser. It's not thick. I prefer quite a thick moisturiser, especially post some sort of peel situation. It's alright. So I think you'll probably be able to tell that I'm quite sorely disappointed with that. I quite like No7, I quite like their products. I really like some of their foundations and their BB creams, and I have used many of their day and night creams for different skins before. I was really hopeful with that. I thought, given it was £25, I thought it's going to really peel my face, it's going to really have that feeling. The ordinary one is like £6.50 and it's a full bottle that you get so much time out of to use, and this is, I've used one little vial and I just feel like, what am I going to do with the rest of it? It's been a complete waste of time. You've got 6 months to use this. Maybe if you have really sensitive skin and you have reacted to something stronger along the lines of The Ordinary, this actually will work better for you, but I don't think that done anything to my skin at all. My skin doesn't feel any different, and I know a lot of people will be like, of course dummy, unless you get a proper chemical peel done in a proper place where you go and get things like that done, nothing's going to feel like it's doing something like that. But as I say, I have tried other masks that have had those properties and they do feel like they're doing something. That just felt like I put something on my skin that dried, made it tighter, and I washed it off and put a cheap moisturiser on at the end. That's been a complete waste of money. Complete waste of money. I'm so disappointed. And I love No7 stuff and I really like Boots, but I would probably give this one a miss. This is designed for people who have obvious signs of ageing and what have you, and if this was for someone like my mum, who's 30 years older than me, I think she would just be like, what's the point? What is this doing to my face? Absolutely nothing. It's not resurfacing, it's not peeling off the top layer, it's not done anything. I mean, my skin looks quite bright and shiny. That's probably the balm I've put on at the end. I don't know, I would just leave it. Just get a cheaper version. You don't need to spend 25 quid on that. Sorry Boots.